Hello, this is Dennis with A1 Telephone Service and Repair, A1 Electronics. You can get us on the web at www.a1-telephone.com, and you can also reach us at 618-235-6959. Today I want to show you a Dragon phone that we have been converting. This telephone didn't have any parts that were available for it. And so we had to make a board change, but this is a speakerphone, and this is Bill's telephone from Minnesota. And basically what's going on here is I'm showing you kind of a little look at the Dragon phone, and then here are some of the parts that we have. This is we had to use the original keyboard because of the fact that all of this is hand carved, and there is already a board that has been mounted in this telephone, and it was actually made to the specs of this board here, this keyboard. And so basically what we had to do is take this keyboard out away from the main PC board of the original situation that they had set up, and we had to wire it to this board. So we have a new wiring harness now, and it's wired into Bill's board. And so this is the original board to the telephone, and this is the board that was in it when the telephone was hand carved and made the way it was. So we had to use this board. This board here is this is the original ribbon cable, so we're going to get rid of that. And this board here is the board that came with the main PC board that we're using at this point, so we no longer need that. And what we're going to do here is go through a few checks. I'm going to go ahead and plug the telephone in, and I'm going to show you dial tone. I've wired the handset to this board. Should be able to hear dial tone. And basically there's a speakerphone option here, and I wanted to show you that. I'm going to go ahead and move the Dragon phone to the side here so that it's not damaged. And I want to show you our numbers on the analyzer. I'm going to go ahead and move this board up here a little bit. So we're going to go ahead and dial out with this board now. And everything is loose here. I'm going to end up in a 2. I'm going to go ahead and hang the telephone up, and then I'm going to hit redial. And we're going to do that one more time real quick. Hit a 2, hang up, hit redial. And now what we're going to do is we're going to hang up and hit speakerphone. Find a way to lock this hook switch in. Then we have a volume control. We're going to dial a number, and then we're going to, if you look at this indicator light on the analyzer, we're in a speakerphone option right now. Every time you see that red light, it's 100% modulation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we know that the telephone is working, and the problem here is now, I'm going to go ahead and hang up the speakerphone. We're at the stage now that I wasn't jumping up and down about the board that we had here. It didn't have all the functions that I would have liked to have had, like utilize some of the functions for lights and things. But this board didn't have any LED lights that it was running, really. And so basically now what we have to do is I have to go to the board here, and I'm going to have to pick out some voltage drops that are not affected when they run LED lights. So it's going to have to be a voltage drop that will run an LED for the lights in the Dragon's eyes. And that will be when the phone isn't working, you know, when you take it off hook. And so we have to have lights for that. There is also a ball of fire in this Dragon that has red lights in it, and that was for when the phone was ringing. And they would, the phone would ring, and the little lights on this ball of fire would turn red. So now basically we're trying to wrap up some loose ends with these lights and try to get the light situation back to normal. This board didn't have that type of situation where it had a lit keypad or something where we could utilize the LED lights from that, the voltage drop. So now we have to come up with one. So we're kind of overcoming problems as we get to them. The bad thing about it is, no matter what happens here, if anything goes wrong, we may have to just get rid of the board totally, because of the fact that I doubt I would ever find another IC chip with the same number here on it, and there may not be any parts to repair this telephone. And I only have the one board. So if anything goes wrong in this process now, we're kind of going to have to just get rid of the board and start all over with a different board. But this is the new this is the original dialing board, the keyboard, and then we have a wiring harness here that that is new, that we've installed. And I think I'm going to go to a different speaker too. I'm not real happy with this speaker here. I would like a little better sound, and so I think I'm going to change out the speaker too. This will be dial tone from the handset, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to dial a number, and then we're going to talk into the handset. And like I said earlier, every time you see that red light on the analyzer, that's 100% modulation, so that's an indicator light. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hello, hello. And we're going to have to do some work over here. We've got the main PC board that was original to the phone when it was made, and we're going to go ahead and take that board out. That board will no longer be used, and we'll go with this situation here with this board. And it's just a critical point, because if anything goes wrong with the conversion now, we may have to disregard this board and go to a different board altogether. But hopefully everything will work out and we'll get it squared away. we'll just have to see how it goes and take it one step at a time. I'm going to try to do a couple of other videos in the process like we are now of doing the conversion and the repair and switching to a totally different board. And what makes this telephone a little unique is there's not a lot we can do with the telephone itself, because it's all hand carved, and we don't want to mess anything up. We don't really want to change too much. But this gives you a look at the inside of the board. You can see how they kind of carved that out, and even carved the buttons. You're looking at the back of the buttons now, where the PC board for the dialing board, the keyboard, would set. And we will get rid of this board here. This is no longer going to be used. That board wasn't repairable. There was no parts for it, and there was no way to repair it. And the phone was kind of designed improperly anyway, because they didn't even have a volume control for your speakerphone. So we're going to add that to it now, and you'll have that option. There's some other switches here on most any board, which would be for tone and pulse. We don't need that because they're only going to dial out in pulse, in tone anyway. And we won't need a ringer volume control, I don't believe. So we won't have to really do anything with that. We can just preset those switches. And for the situation that we have going on here, I don't want to cut a bunch of holes in this telephone. It's hand carved. So this is an ongoing process of a telephone repair and total conversion to a different board, and incorporating the old keypad board. And I'll do a couple of other videos of this while we're in the process of repairing this telephone. This is Dennis with A1 Telephone Service and Repair, A1 Electronics. You can get us on the web at www.a1-telephone.com, and you can also reach us at 618-235-6959. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.